So today, guys, we will be talking about the new Scotland manager, Sébastien Pocognoli. He comes from a vast career, starting off at USG, winning them their first league title. Then he moved to Monaco, and now he is the Scotland manager. We'll be discussing his tactical insights, his playing career, what he can possibly bring to the Scotland team. But if you do enjoy videos like this, remember to subscribe, leave a like, and let's get it. So this is the clubs he's kind of played for. I'm going to start off with his playing career. I think this is not his clubs in any particular order, but I'm just going to tell you little what he'd done with them. So obviously, Racing Alkmaar, he won the Eredivisie, which was quite a big thing with Ajax and PSV and Feyenoord doing quite well at the time. He also played in the Premier League for West Brom. He played in his home nation with Standard Liège, played in Germany, and he also got 13 caps for Belgium, as well as being at Brighton, obviously learning with the Tony Bloom system. That's why he's where he is today, and why that might shape his career as a manager and a head coach. That's a bit different because he was quite aggressive as a player, physical, always wanted the ball, stuff like that, and it does translate to his management career, and I will be going into that a bit deeper throughout the video. But throughout this video I'll be showing a couple of clips, but we'll just dive right in and I'll go in how he played at USG. So if you haven't been living under a rock, over the last 10 years maybe, Tony Bloom has basically created an empire of football clubs. And the way he's done it is through basically a point system and analysing kind of players through that point system and developing them through a data-driven system. And I've said system so many times there, but that's not the point. So basically, through that system, they scouted Sébastien Pocognoli for USG. And before this, they had not won many titles, and the titles they'd won was back in the 1900s. It was quite a long time. And he took over them in their first season in the top division in Belgium, and he won them the league. Also won them the cup, the Super Cup. I don't know if that's the cup or the Super Cup. I will put that on screen though. And what he basically done was bring a very interesting style of play to the Belgian league. And obviously, if you are a football fanatic, you'll know that in Belgium you've basically got the three teams that kind of dominate, like every other league, which kind of relates to Scotland a wee bit with the two teams. But Club Brugge, you've got your Anderlecht, you've got that, but he managed to break that through with a certain style of play. Firstly, it was a 3-5-2 he played at USG. People will be like, well, Clark played a 3 at the back and it just did not work. This is a very different 3 at the back. It's a very attacking style of play he plays. He likes his wing backs to be pretty much on the goal a lot. So it'll be interesting to see how Garen Dolt possibly fits into that. Does he go wing back, or do we bring in new younger players? Max Johnson, example. There's so many like right backs coming through, and he likes quick transitions. So a manager that I do relate him to, because we're Scottish, so we'll know this a wee bit more, is Ange Postecoglou. Celtic were really quick in the transitions, and so were USG. The video clips I've watched, they are just superb. But he's always about, this is another relation to Ange Postecoglou, it's forward, forward, forward. He's not just, he doesn't want it to endlessly be like recycled, which is an annoying thing in football nowadays. The players just pass it back, then recycle, pass it back, recycle. He's not like that. He's not like that, and that's the thing that I'm kind of excited about to see at Scotland. And that won them the league, and he'll be remembered as the man who brought the title back for USG. And I think that's important to remember for them fans, and that's kind of relates in how we will play for Scotland, because we've been used to 3 at the backs, the fans moaned about it, and then we moved to a 4 at the back and it just did not work either. So we will be talking about what he done at Monaco as well, and this kind of puts me into a video clip that I will show throughout this. So at Monaco, he changed it up a little because they were obviously probably one of the better teams in France. He finished 7th, but still done quite well. And Monaco obviously put some risk into him because they were paying a fee of 25 grand per match to get him, because he didn't have the correct licence for the French league, like Cabal's still a couple of years ago. As I said, they played a 3-4-1-2 here because obviously Monaco's a bit, as I said, a better team, and it was very similar. But it was just one of the CMs was a lot more attacking rather than USG, where, well, it was a bit more defensive. But it's very similar. Every team he's played at, or managed, he's brought this presence of him being a bit different. And the other formation he played was a 4-2-2-2, just essentially putting one of the centre back CMs or wing backs into a 4-back, and then it pretty much played out the same way. And he done this against the smaller teams per se, or just when he fought. So he's not rigid. One thing I did not like about Steve Clarke was he was quite rigid, so there is that kind of difference there that we should expect from him. But because he plays in a free back, it provides a strong base. Why does it provide a strong base? Well, it's not a rigid free at the back. They will overlap, but it's there. You know how people go to free back to defend it? This is literally it. Everybody beyond the free at the back will be attacking, and it will be on the front foot, it will be pressing. And the next clip I'm going to show is an example of this. So this clip I'm about to show is Monaco in the French league, and you can see the press. The wing back is pressing him, and then the cam is just winning the ball back, and it's just so aggressive. And then you've got two, maybe possibly three options in the box, and that's what people will expect. And Monaco are obviously a good team, but with the players at his disposal at Scotland, will be able to do a similar thing. And we also had the added on factor of Clarke was a very club manager, and that's what he brought to the Scotland team. This is what this guy will do. He'll bring the club, and he'll try and get the best players from anywhere. If they're Scottish, two generations down, like a granny or a grandpa or a granda, he will get them to play for Scotland because he's got a young, as Tony Bloom's. I like how they've went down the Jamestown route, the SFA, and I think it will excite players to play for Scotland, because there has been a lot of young players feel like they don't have the chance to get in the national team, but there is going to be a transition over the next couple of years. Obviously he signed a contract to the Euros 2028, but hopefully he'll be able to continue beyond that. And there's so many players that will possibly be able to bring in. You've got Max Johnston and Lennon Miller, obviously didn't get the best praises of Clarke due to his dad's comments. Also, you've got Hayden Hackney, who a lot of people don't actually know is Scottish, but he can play for Scotland. I would just wrap him up right now because he's went to a big move to Everton, and he could be a very pivotal thing in that midfield in the next couple of years, because he was one of the best players in the Championship, and I think that's what Scotland are sometimes missing in the middle of the park. A player who can be good defensively but be good attackingly as well. But as we've seen over the last couple of weeks, the SFA are actually taking notice of what us fans have been saying as well. They're actually taking notice that the youth setup in Scotland has been really bad, and that's why we're not having maybe a lot of players coming through, or there's maybe the talent's there, they're just not getting an opportunity. So they're doing a lot in steps in the right direction, and that's what I like. This guy, Sébastien Pocognoli, I think he'll do really well. But his style of play, fans might get annoyed as it might take a couple of camps to get intertwined and actual working, because he's not going to be doing it on a day-to-day. But the way I've heard him talk in his early interviews, which I'll put some of his quotes on screen just now, he has done his research. You know, sometimes you would just jump at this because Scotland's a football nation. I mean, what they've done at the World Cup, fans will remember them and know them for in Boston. But he's done his research. He's talked to a lot of the players. He's actually met some of the players as well. He's asked around about Scotland, and that's what I like. And I like how the SFA have kind of went outside the box, because a lot of people were like, we need a Scottish manager. We don't. At the moment, it's just about winning. And I think with him and his style of football and everything I've talked about in this video, there's a possibility of us getting to a knockout stage for the first time. But guys, let me know what you think about this appointment. I think it's an interesting one, but there's certainly a lot of positives more than there is negatives within this appointment. But let me know how you feel. Remember to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and I will see you all later. Remember, go and subscribe and follow all my other socials, and yeah, goodbye guys.